testify against my dad that she would get agency. At least she thought she wasn't in surgery at the time whatsoever. We spent at least 2 to 3 years in federal penitentiary. When my dad was arrested, we came to realize that we had, to sell his house, his car, his boat, his possessions, to come up with money for his lawyers. So when my dad got out, he came to live with me. He didn't really go out in the community too much. He pretty much stayed at home. Thursday night was my bowling night, so my dad was sitting on the couch watching TV.
Dad,
My dad would be up all hours of the night, so I knew he'd be up when I got home.
Yes, Brian.
And I guess I got home about 11:30
Do your
at
volleyball
night.
kicking ball
And I
ass.
walked in and the lights are on, and the TV's
And
on,
we're doing my
and
info
there's
but
my dad's partially drank Coke on the table next to the couch. But he wasn't there.
check out the frying on the volleyball. Take a juice, volleyball, and then volleyball, then kicking law and order again. That's kicking.
And when I woke up,
Okay.
the lights were still on and the TV was still on. And my dad wasn't there. I happened to look and I saw all kinds of messages on my phone. Mike, have you seen the news? Give us a call. And I think one of them was my aunt. Called my aunt. She said, Mike, your dad's been arrested again. What do you mean? She was like, they found the evidence that implicates him in the murder of Brenda. They found the film that Marianne Short told them they took pictures of. It was in his old house. How is that possible? The new owner of his house had wanted to replace the carpet. And so they had a carpet company come in and they were tearing out the carpet. When they uncovered a hidden air duct in the floor, the carpet company found this bag of jewelry and undeveloped film. And knowing the history of the house, they immediately called the FBI. I gotta play that. And they developed it. And it was everything that Marianne Short told them. She was telling the truth.
Sorry.
But nobody believed her. I hit the floor. I really felt like the biggest heavyweight boxer punched me in the stomach. And I couldn't stand it. And I just hit the floor.
That's new.
Tonight.
Today we are traveling with me focused on two albums.
He wants us to honor tradition.
We're gonna get married again.
Tonight at 8 on TLC.
Whether you're doing it yourself or hiring a pro, today, let's paint.
Don't take it, pick me.
Exclusively at the Home Depot.
Purina One. We switched and wow. From day one, its proven natural nutrition supports Charlie's strong immune system and Ginger's healthy heart.
Healthy differences today and for a lifetime. Purina One. A difference from day one.
The path to enlightenment is a personal journey. It is how I learned to go further than I ever imagined. Sometimes the journey gets a little messy.
The 2023 Chrysler Pacifica.
If you're making a to-do list today, make it easy on yourself. Just write down Reese's. Then write down eat them. And then, kind of done for the day.
At Safe Light, we'll take care of fixing your windshield. But did you know we can take care of your insurance claim? That means less stress for you. Hey, it's a pleasure. Have a good one. Schedule today at safelight.com.
Now that I shop for credit cards with Credit Karma, I don't need your lucky crystals. If a card has the Karma guarantee, they'll give me $50 if I don't get approved.
You know I'm so policy.
Get approved or get $50 on offers with the Karma Guarantee.
We all bring something different to the table. Ben's Original. We're all original recipes. Give me a hot pink cosmopolitan and some drama.
Tea time and a Bloody Mary with kettle and vodka.
Give me a cocktail with kettle and vodka. Parents have to make a lot of decisions, like how you get them to sleep, bedtime, nap time, anytime. Our Gerber baby experts are here for you. Nutrition for your little one, support for you. For your most brilliant smile, Crest has you covered.
Nice smile, bro.
Nice, thanks. Crest 3D White, 100% more stain removal. Crest. Schwarzkopf. Dare to tell your story with Keratin Blonde by Schwarzkopf. Lighten your hair up to 9 levels and protect it from breakage with our bond enforcing system. Lighten your hair, tell your story. Schwarzkopf Keratin Blonde. What story will you tell? NexGuard Plus helps you protect your dog from fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, and more. All in one delicious monthly soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures and neurologic disorders. NexGuard Plus, the one you want for one and done protection.
Introducing Optimum Mobile for Business. We've got you covered on America's largest and fastest 5G network. With internet plans starting at $55 a month for 1 year. And mobile is safe up to $15 more per month. Connect risk-free with Optimum's 60-day money-back guarantee. Get fast, secure internet with 99.9% network reliability and built-in cybersecurity. Plans start at $55 a month for a year. Choose internet and save when bundled with one of our voice solutions. With no hidden fees, no annual contract, and 24/7 business support. Call or visit Optimum.com/business today and get up to a $200 Optimum prepaid MasterCard.
The heavy-duty Wonder Mop Limit is mean, green, and red. Its new scrubber that rankles the ornament scrubber. Do your floors justice with the heavy-duty Wonder Mop and the whole crew of Limit products. Fit repair 100% free. Get your pair today at Shinesty.com. In this world, it's hard to trust your feels like talking with someone. Wednesday at 9 on ID.
This group is competitive and fierce.
She did Halloween Girls Street. A lot of us could. Did she really just get stabbed? Seriously? She's dead?
Once they discovered the true hard evidence, smoking gun, as you will, that showed my dad, doing these things to Brenda, they couldn't recharge him with murder. Once you have been tried for a crime and acquitted, you cannot be recharged with that crime. But the federal government wasn't giving up. They were now charging him with perjury. I went down to the courthouse. My dad had agreed to admit everything, and he stood up on that standing court and admitted everything. Said he was sorry. That was a tough day. It was arguably the worst moment in my entire life. I can't tell you how mad, how upset, how disappointed that we all were. When my dad was convicted of the 2 charges of perjury in the federal trial, he was sentenced to 9 years in federal prison. He ultimately ended up spending a little less than 7 years in prison. I'm a little torn on that because I am a believer in the death penalty. I think, if you kill somebody, you shouldn't live. I mean, I really, truly believe my dad should have been put to death for that. Brenda's family, they really, really got cheated out on what should have happened to my dad. I did not see my dad for 7 years. I did not go visit him in federal prison. I didn't want to. I felt so betrayed and so used. There was no way I was making a trip to go see him.
I kick your butt, boy.
He can rot in hell.
Yeah.
You are punishment day. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa,
He asked if he could come and stay with me. I had to do some serious thinking about it, and I just decided it was probably the right thing to do. He was my dad. He needed a place to live, and he had nowhere to go. My dad and I had some conversations about what had happened, and he did apologize to me during some of those, face-to-face conversations, but we really never got into it very deep. And I don't think I ever really believed that he truly accepted the responsibility. My dad ended up staying with me for probably about 9 months to a year after he got out of federal prison. I'm not sure I ever really forgave him. I love my dad enough to take care of him and do what I felt like I needed to do, in his later life. I'm not sure I've ever forgiven him for what he did.
Don't reading up.
Once my dad moved out, I would go by and check on him all the time. On Monday morning, on my way into work, I decided I'm going to stop by and make sure everything's okay.
Hey, Dad, open up.
I knock on the door, nobody's answering. His van is out in the driveway. So I open the door, and what I see is it's just a horrifying scene.
Come here.
I see this broken glass table, and there is blood everywhere. And I'm like, oh crap, this is not good. This walker was laying on the ground, and the leg was bent. You could tell that he was going to walk on it, and it collapsed and went into this coffee table. My father's trailed blood into his bedroom, and I walked into his bedroom. I turned around, and there he was up against the wall, on the ground. He crashed through a glass coffee table, cut his arm really bad, and ended up bleeding to death in his apartment. He didn't grab his phone to call for help. I think he just decided it was time for him to lay down and die. When I saw my dad on the ground and the scene, I honestly felt relieved. In my mind, I felt like, is this finally over? Can we, as a community, finally move on from this nightmare that he caused? That was a tough way to die, but I'm a big believer in karma. When Mary Ann and my dad murdered Brenda, they had her taped to this glass coffee table. And it was ultimately a glass coffee table that did him in. That is karma, the definition of karma. It got him.
Second punishment.
I recall hearing about Marianne Short's death really didn't happen too long after she had been released. She died of either cancer or a heart attack. Marianne Shore's role in this, it's really hard to wrap my mind around. To this day, I still believe she's the one that got my dad to kill Brenda. Her ultimate goal in life was to be with my dad, and she would do anything and everything possible to make that happen. He did it, but I think it was her that pushed him to do it.
That's final punishment. Beat up.
over the years, I've put a lot of thought into what was going through my dad's mind when he decided to kill Brenda. The only thing that I can think of is that she was the icing on the cake to this perfect life that he created with a nice house, a nice car, this ultra successful man who's on top of the world. And when she decided to break up with him, I think it crashed his dream. I just think he lost his mind. And to this day, I still can't really understand. I will try not to harbor all that, anger started for me. I have such hatred for Mary Ann Shore and what she did to our family. She was an evil person for the majority of her life. And I don't know how she convinced him to do it, but I, in my heart, believe she was ultimately pulling the strings.
Why are you doing that? Dead? You're dead. Beating up your dead. Dead? Well, get that.
I hate that.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's beating up.
I don't classify Dustin family
Oh
anymore.
my god. Okay, why are you jealous?
It's hard to think that he in any way was related to me.
Oh my
I've been told not to talk bad about people, but it is extremely hard to talk nice about somebody who did something so devastating to so many people. Clearly, Dustin has some evil in him. Saying his name is so painful. I think it's just hard to believe that one of your family members is an evil person. Whoa. What is it? I don't know what happened to Dustin. I don't. And I will never know.
So it's just not losing. It's like a confession.
I think the only words I have for Dustin is what happened in their house. The only person that knows is Dustin.
Let's go. You're not beating up. That's 7 years. Up 7 years. Oh my god, it's beating our Peter and Anna. This must get to his punishment.
Our family grew up in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. My dad was super happy all the time. My dad had everything he wanted in life. He had his kids, he had his house, he had his wife. My mom was a nurse. I say my mom, she's my stepmom. My biological mom left when I was super young. So we're a blended family. We have my parents, my stepsister, my stepbrother, and then my real brother. And now we have a house. We have 5 kids. We're a healthy, happy family. My brothers and myself. We all had everything we could ever want. My stepbrother Dustin, I thought he was the smart one. I thought he was going to go somewhere, and I did look up to Dustin. No, it's not. If he can do it, even if I just follow in his shoes, and I can do it too. First Dustin was a normal kid. Everything in his life could have gone so great. But there was definitely some small stresses that now, looking back, I can see them. Dustin would overreact to little things that really didn't matter. Anything that he could start a problem with, he liked to start a problem. Dustin hated being that nerdy kid. Every time he looked in the mirror, he saw the glasses and skinny and scrawny and just hated it. We were all sitting on the couch playing video games, hanging out. Dustin had a sketchbook. Dustin wanted to do graffiti. That was something that he kept pretty secret. But I do remember finding it in his room.
What's all this stuff?
Oh my
What were you doing in my
God,
room,
what are
Adam?
you doing?
Me being younger, I was still, teasing
Oh my
him and
God.
making jokes. Dustin didn't want to hear it, but I was making the poor decision of continuing it.
What is
I'm
this?
so sorry, I just not found.
And I made a joke to him about it, and he turned around and said something about the sketchbook. I can't remember the exact words he used, but some profanities. And he took a lighter out of his pocket and threw it straight across the room and hit me on my left eye, right here, and busted my eye open.
I caught you, Mr. Peter.
I pulled my hand away. I was bleeding. This is the first time that I've seen the anger really come out of Dustin. There was definitely no apology from Dustin. Dustin believed that I earned having that lighter thrown at me. It clicked like something in Dustin is mean. At this point, Dustin swore at me and walked away from the room. He was just done with it. It was kind of agreed silently that nobody was telling the parents of this. I just didn't want to be in more trouble with Dustin. I didn't want them to get mad at him and then it come back on me. I was slightly fearing what Dustin could or would do if I got him in more trouble, considering he had just physically hurt me. Dustin had this way about him that seemingly he somehow got everything he wanted. He is angry all the time. It's not just when somebody does something wrong, but that his initial reaction to everything is anger. Dustin had gotten the new touchscreen phone. The phone wasn't up to par. It didn't seem to work well.
What's the issue?
Dustin was quite annoyed with the idea that the phone wasn't the best phone, and he brought it up to my parents. Can we get a new one?
Mom, there's something wrong with this thing. You need to get me a new one.
That's not happening.
My mom had told Dustin he must have done something to it. When I'd see Dustin getting angry, you could see him just like looking at you, and you knew he was mad. You could see that his whole demeanor had changed. He deliberately called her names to her face, called her stupid, and took the phone and threw it across the room.
I said I need a new phone.
It reminded me specifically of the letter. He's making a scene about it. The first time that he threw something, he got what he wanted out of that situation. He got me to be quiet. What happened in the cell? The same thing. He got what he wanted.
Fine. Just calm down, okay?
The easier response for my mom, instead of starting a bigger fight about it, was just, okay, we'll go get it replaced. And they went, and they got a new one.
Is there something going on? I just don't understand why you're so angry all the time.
My mom definitely saw that there was something wrong. I do remember hearing her a couple times talking with me and being like, where's this coming from? Like, why are you so mad? Can we get you into counseling? It doesn't always seem to agree. Yeah, I'll go do it. And it just never happened. It's becoming easier to get into this than
What? What? Oh, that's something.
Christmas time.
Event?
Me, Dustin, and our friend have all decided that we're gonna go. Really told me specifically that